Hey, everybody, it's Vocab Hawk. Let's have one last episode of Fallout 4. I'm not just gonna murder every Institute scientist in my way. Let's be real though. Oh yeah, I remember this. Please, game. Please. Please. My attempt at stealth was a huge success. I'm coming for blood. Oh no. That's a rocket! And then... Whoops. Alright, aid. Mechanist, right arm, left leg. Or wait. It's that one. Destroyer's right leg, I guess. Left arm. Oh, fuck me. Left arm, right leg. Left leg. Helmet, Grognak. I need a... No, where's my thingy? Where's my other arm? Where's my right arm? Hey, what the shit? Oh, there you go. Hooray! Victory! I murdered my son! Um, nope. Well, you know, when the going gets tough, let's see if that knocks him out of it. Do I just go? No, okay. Wait for him to get up. There we go. I got you out. Yeah, still get to raise my son though. Alright. Come on, Pipper. Okay. Well, she's gone. There we go. Woo! We beat the game! It took a while. Had 1, 2, about 4 hours of game left this morning. Where the fuck? Oh. Red X wore off. Ray cutscenes, woohoo! That was easy.
I can feel it wash over me. The heat, the force, the radiation, the fear. It's the end of the world all over again. I close my eyes. I see my life before all of this. Before the bombs. Everything can change in an instant. And the future you plan for yourself shifts, whether or not you're ready. At some point, it happens to all of us. This wasn't the world I wanted, but it was the one I found myself in. The Commonwealth. My home. Ripped apart and put back together. I hoped I could find my family, cheat time, make us whole again. The way we were. But now I know. I know I can't go back. I know the world has changed. That the road ahead will be hard.
That's not what I built.
This time, I'm ready. Because I know war. War never changes.
And that's it. It just picks up right here. No credit to roll. We'll talk this. No, even like here's the consequence of what you did. Maybe. Of course. Perks. What really matters? The perks. What's the last rank do? You two have the exact same voice. Alright, it looks to me like that's it. I'm gonna make a save here. But let us hop out of the game. I want to confirm. We'll let the credits roll so I can talk about what I thought about the game, and then we will be done. Alright, so I think you click crew. Does that roll the credits? That rolls the credits, okay. I liked it, obviously, played the shit out of it. It was a good game. I think it fixed a lot of stuff that I didn't really like in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Like, I didn't like how leveling up worked. It was every other level. I think it's every other level you either get skill points or you get a perk. I much preferred this where you could enhance your skills or you could improve yourself with perks. I also liked that it was very simple. Things very clearly led to something. For example, let's say I level up and I get 13 points and I use small guns. So I say, okay, I'm going to put all 13 of my points in small guns. The game never tells me how much that translated into. Whereas this game, it's very cut and dry. Like, it's very clear. If you get this, this goes up. You will see this. Like, that's it. On the other hand, I will say, one of the things I didn't like is the only... So, some of the... Sorry, it's so loud. How do I say this? One thing I liked about Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas is you used your skills to talk. So if someone was like, I need to set up a bomb, can you help me? That checks your explosive skill. Then you say, like, explosives, yes. And there were all these skill checks. It'd be like, do you want to set up a bomb? You need this much explosives. Do you want to defuse a bomb? You need this much explosives. It's always explosives for me, okay? Shut up. But this game doesn't do that. They kept hacking and lockpicking, which used to just be determined by the flat number instead of just a bunch of perks. But same difference. But I wish there was more stuff like that where I could have really shown off. Like, another problem I had is how charisma, since charisma was everything, it didn't really make sense. Like, if you wanted the smart answer, you use charisma. If you wanted the intimidating answer, you use charisma. It didn't matter what you were doing, you used charisma. Other issues or things I liked. I liked all the followers. I feel like even if they all play the same, they're each unique characters. I thought they all had good story. I mean, I'm going to come back and become best friends with all of them. This does suffer largely from the same issues Skyrim suffered from. It's a lot of, by the end of the game, it's fast travel. Fast travel here, get a quest, fast travel there, kill everyone, fast travel back. And, like, you can build settlements, that's cool, that's neat, whatever. Not ever gonna probably get too into that. Now, I will probably play this game. I'll probably make a new character one more time. Only ever one more time. I don't think this is the kind of thing where I would play it a million times, because in those infinite levels, there is no, like, limit to what you can be. Like, in the other ones, there's a point where you stop getting levels, which means if you didn't get certain things, you no longer can get them. Your character is stuck as what they are. So if you make a new character, you can go, okay, now I'll try those things I didn't do last time. This one, that's not a thing. So I will, but I think it would be fun to try and play the game differently at the beginning when you're stuck playing a certain way. I've talked about this before, but Popeye the 5th? Alright. That doesn't matter. What else? We became overpowered at the end. I'm not going to say we were strong, we were unstoppable. Every fight was enter VATS and select all of the enemies and you will beat them to death. Yeah. Melee was incredibly overpowered. Stealth was incredibly overpowered. Once I had the sprint thing, I didn't even need guns anymore, except for turrets. So that's something to think about. Other stuff. Music, I actually love the radio in this game. I couldn't play it because of copyright infringement, but I do like the music. I thought the radio was very good. The background music itself is unnoticeable, which is what it's supposed to be in these kind of games. I think we're at the end of the credits. The last thing I really got to say. So I like that you can customize gear. The one thing I didn't like is it really seemed like... Now I think the entire game... Let's not count the beginning when we were using all sorts of weapons. Let's count when I was sticking with weapons. I think I used 3 melee weapons for the majority of the game. Whenever we got Grognak's axe, I used that. And then we got the powerful machete, and I used that. And then we got the Fang, and that's all I used for the rest of the game. Now, there may have been a weapon that was better and I just missed it, but it didn't seem like it to me. I don't really know if I've got anything else to say. I did not like how they ended up doing power armor. I'll probably play with it more on my free time, but it just seems like a pain. You have to find batteries for it. At least for me, it's not that helpful. Like, yo, I have more armor. As far as the story goes, the story was it wasn't that predictable. I didn't really think Sean was gonna be like that. But after that, it did become very predictable. It did become very straightforward. I was like, they're gonna seem all nice, and then they're gonna want to be dicks, and I just gotta like swallow it. That was very dirty. I did not like that end cutscene at all. No way, shape, or form. Because I could have done any ending and ended up with the exact same thing. Any of them. Wouldn't matter. He says I'm bathed in the flames. If you're the Brotherhood of Steel, you're going to end up blowing up the Institute, I'm sure. If you're Railroad, you'll end up blowing up the Institute. I bet if you're Minutemen, you end up blowing up the Institute. I would assume... And then if you're Institute, I assume you end up blowing up the Brotherhood of Steel. I assume the only way the Brotherhood of Steel lives is if you side with the Brotherhood of Steel, because it seems like those would be the ones you get rid of. Because to do the Railroad, we ended up having to kill the Brotherhood of Steel and then the Institute. If you're Brotherhood of Steel, I bet you kill the Railroad and the Institute. If you're If you're the Minutemen, I bet you also end up killing the Brotherhood of Steel and the Institute. And then if you're with the Institute, I bet you end up blowing up the Railroad and then the Brotherhood of Steel. Because, like, who gives a flying fuck about the Minutemen? That's just my guess. I'll probably find out later when I try the other ways. But I will be going back to that other save to actually play the rest of the game. Because that's what I want to do. I want to get all the perks from everyone. I want to be besties with everybody's. My god, these are long credits. I guess this was a huge game. I know a lot of people were upset with it. It wasn't quite what they wanted. I think it was fine. I think it was fun. But I do think it has flaws. I will say this feels to me more like... really more like Skyrim than like Fallout 3. I know that might be like blasphemy, so like, how can you even say that? Use the same mechanics as Fallout 3 and yada yada yada. I mean, it's got VATS, but the leveling up system is much more... I actually think this was the best leveling up system, though. I hope in future Skyrim games, in future Fallout games, because we know there will be more of both, I hope they stick with this sort of level up system where you have your stats and perks related to them. I think that was the simplest, and I think it was the best. Because this game was a lot simpler than Fallout 3, but at the same time that made the game a lot more approachable. It made it a lot easier to like be good at. You know? I mean, my god, it's still going. I don't really have much more to say. I enjoyed it. Using my scale, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it an 8. But an 8's really good for my standard, because for me, on a scale of 1 to 10, the average is a 5. I mean, when you put this much money into a game to make it, you're going to get a good game. I think it had issues. I don't think any of the issues were enough to make it a bad game, like some people say. The dialogue system was kind of wonky, you know, 4 choices. I think I will have a much more, or a greater appreciation for this game if I make another character and try the other dialogue options. Because for me, it was always just the nice thing. Say whatever is the nice thing. I kind of want to try the sarcasm ones. I think those are probably pretty funny. Still going. I mean, I really don't have much else to say, but I like to, whenever we play a game, to give everyone who made it their credit. How many episodes did I record this? Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 episodes. Well, not bad. So I've got like 2 months of Fallout under my belt. Or no, 1 month. 1 month, I think. Month and a half. I'll probably mass upload these just to get the game out of the way and start putting up something else. I know viewership for this was pretty low. I don't really fault anyone for that. I do think the game would probably be kind of boring to watch. Because let's be real, how many times can you watch someone slaughter bandits? Especially by the end of it. By the end of it, I didn't even really have to play the game. Hit Q, select everyone, let the thing go. The only issue I see with this game is I don't know if I could ever do this without stealth. I feel like stealth, they pulled a Skyrim and they just made stealth way too strong. Like, the dude blew up in a wall when I walked up and didn't see me, even though he blew up the wall because I was there. Come on, names. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know. I think the game did a good job making cool locations. I think the enemies were sort of diverse. I would be very interested when I retry this as a non-melee build because I have forgotten what it's like to fight legendary enemies. I'll also probably play on a higher difficulty. There's that. because I think the only thing you really get on higher difficulty is you take more damage and there's more legendaries. I think is all that it is. Do not duplicate. Do not... Oh, here's all the ones that you are not allowed to play. Do not duplicate. Yep. Not for broadcast transmission. Nope, can't do bongo bongo bongo. So the majority of the songs you are not supposed to duplicate. I didn't think they'd be this long. I'll level with you. We're still going through the songs. Yeah, I've pretty much said all I can say. The late credits roll. I'll probably mumble about other garbage. Oh god, what I just... That scared me. I stepped on a little laundry tag and it flipped over my toe and it felt like a mouse. Scary. I don't even know why I would know what a mouse feels like on your toes, but I just knew in my soul that that's what it was. I'm still not intending yet to bring back the subscriber Let's Play. Just because I want to knock out some more games I have on Steam. I gotta figure out which ones I want to knock out on Steam. But I'm glad this game is done. Yeah. I'm glad it's over. I'm gonna play more of it. Probably not anytime soon. I'll be honest with you on that. I wasn't a fan that Paladin Dan's didn't even show up when you blow up the Brotherhood of Steel. Like, is he like fucking around somewhere? Put this video game with videotape or film or to print embodied in this video game in the form of Steam music. They're saying it's illegal to show the game with music, which is what YouTube gets pissy about. But I don't make no money, so I'm good to go. Okay, here we go. Loving Memory. And then the legal team. Alright, so that's gonna do it for Fallout 4. Expect to see more with the DLCs as they come. But I'm done showing you the base game. I deserve an achievement for that. So thank you all for watching. This has been Vocab Hawk, and I will see you in the next Let's Play. Bye-bye!